Hi everyone, this is Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is for the week ending August 8th of 2021 and the stock was CAH. If you're trading this week, perhaps you saw this one. This happened on Thursday the 5th and it was entered in the morning that day. CAH was a tier 2 gap entered on a 1 minute secondary sign of weakness. Reward to risk about 1.8 to 1. It could have been more and management advanced. Let's take a look. But before, as usual, two things going on this week for DTS members. The biweekly scanning night is Monday, August 9th. You will get your logins as usual for both of these events. If you're not a DTS member, be sure to hop over to the DTS homepage. You'll find out how you can become a member for free. You just need an email. You don't need a name, credit card, or anything else. You just get invites to free events like this and also like the Wednesday special event. You don't have to be a genius. You can read the slide there and see what that's about. I'll see you those two evenings for those events. Back to the trade. This was the daily chart, and this was a big tier 2 gap down, which means potentially you might have to get in it pretty quick, but also for various reasons, it wasn't clear if it's going to drop immediately or rally. So I couldn't get the best of all entries. I'll show you that in just a minute. But we had that kind of big support area. The stock had to gap quite a bit to get there, and it just cleared that. Keep in mind, whether you clear that or not doesn't really matter at all. That's not going to affect how the stock reacts. So I had to make sure it was going to drop in this particular case. That's the daily chart that we look at to judge the gap. 60-minute chart in this case is kind of worthless. I just have it on all these presentations. But you just see a big drop that happened, most of it the opening hour, which is what I got, and then it continued to drop all day long. You can see that daily bar was simply one of the biggest daily bars it's ever had, all in one day. Next chart is the 5-minute chart. You get a little more detail. You can see the size of that gap there on the 5-minute chart. It opened right there, and I got my entry right in there. I had to wait for some weakness because it's unclear if this one would have come back to fill that gap a little bit at some point. Entry under 54.45, stop over 55.20. Wasn't the tightest it could have been, but the best I could do. Target 153.82, target 253.02, target 352.27. I did not intend on taking this all in the morning. I really wanted to hold some to the end of the day, but between the second and third target, I kind of cheated myself out of some. I do that once in a while. Can't complain. It dropped a lot. At that time, I took my third target. This was by far the biggest red bar on the daily chart, so it's kind of hard to expect more than that. And it did end up bleeding the rest of the day. So I didn't get the last dollar of that move or whatever it was. 1 minute chart gives you a little bit refined view of the entry in there. I took my entry on a lot of confirmation right under that little tiny, you could almost call it a 1 minute base if you would, under 54.45. And the targets here are a little clearer, big red bar down, trail stop as it came back up, trail stop as it came back up. If you like trades like this, come join us in the DTS Trading Room. If you head over to the DTS website, Disciplined Trading Strategies, just look at this section called Trading Room and Letters, and you can figure out how to join us if you'd like to. This is Paul for DTS. Good trading, everybody.